Ciao, Alan Featherby from Italian Wine Importers, and today I'm pleased to be with Gregorio, the owner of Il Civettaio, a fabulous vineyard in the Maremma district of Toscana. Ciao Gregorio.
Ciao Alan.
Now Gregorio, can you tell us a little bit about your vineyard? I love your wines and I know I love your passion, so can you tell us the history of it? When did you acquire it? Was it a vineyard before, your plantings?
Yes, I acquired the Civettaio in 1998 and it was, I fell in love with Civettaio because it was an old ruined house, typical from Maremma, a Maremma farm, and there were only 621 to be exactly, olive trees, and then only cows. And I bought it and I began to plant. It was not a DOC at this moment because the DOC Montecucco is back to 2000 and in 1998 it was, and I began to plant vineyards and I planted them organic immediately because they were only cows, and that was the reason I said, okay, I will do something special to preserve this little, it's about 30 hectares altogether, this little piece of Maremma. And I planted mainly a typical variety for Maremma, that means Sangiovese.
Two things that have struck me with your vineyard. One is that recently Piero Antinori, one of the famous winemaking families in Italy, has said the best Sangiovese, in his opinion, in Italy, is the best growing area is down where you are in Montecucco.
Yes.
And the second thing is your Rosato every year sells out.
Allora, first, Piero Antinori is Piero Antinori, and I'm very happy to hear this because why Maremma? Maremma is hot. I mean, we have in average 2,500 sun hours, and Sangiovese needs sunshine and needs this brightness because you know Maremma. What is wonderful of Maremma is the brightness of the air. So the Sangiovese has the perfect habitat to grow there, a lot of sun. About Rosato, I'm a fan of Rosato. Rosato is not really popular in Italy, generally, because Rosato is a summer wine for us. You drink it from the beginning of June until the first rain of September. But I find Rosato an interesting wine if you make it to be a Rosato. Because the problem is it has not to be a second-class wine. I mean, I make Sangiovese and then what's remaining I make Rosato. No, I harvest to make the Rosato. That means I harvest the Sangiovese grapes because Rosato is made mainly with Sangiovese grapes. And I harvest them 2-3 weeks before the normal harvest for the Sangiovese Montecucco. Why that? Because of nose and because of acidity. So at the end, with a fermentation, with a long fermentation, cold fermentation, about 16 degrees, you have then a wine that gives you a wonderful nose. Easy to drink because Rosato has to be an easy wine, a summer wine. Easy to drink, good acidity, and what is important, you drink and then you're saying, I would like to drink a little bit more. And that I producer, that's very important for me.
These are the wines we have here that are marketed in Australia, the Civettaio Montecucco Sangiovese 2007 and the Civettaio Rosato. Now, one of the things I love about what you do is your passion for organic farming, your passion for utilising nature in what you're doing. Can you just take us through that journey a little bit?
Yes, I began to be organic, as I told you before. For me, it was at the beginning there were only cows eating the grass, and I planted. And my idea was, okay, I want to be immediately organic. Why? For two reasons, mainly. One is a philosophical reason. That means if everybody from us is making a little thing, all together we will help our environment. This is the philosophical part. The other part is more for my job. I have to be different, because now when my competitors, I have to compete with France, Australian wines, South American wines. I have to be different, and what makes me different is my soil, what I'm doing, what nature gives me. And that's why I try to touch the soil so less it's possible. And that's why I don't fertilize. I fertilize only with a kind of beans that they are these kind of beans. I planted them at the end of the harvest, October, and they are growing, and then they are fixing nitrogen in the roots, and then I cutting there. It's called Civettaio in Tuscany, and I work it into the soil. So they add naturally nitrogen to the plant. And then I think, and this is the way of biodynamic, I think that the plant is living in an environment. So you have not to care only to the plant, but you have to care on everything around. It's like if you have an headache. It's not only to say, okay, I see, or I give you a tablet against the headache, but I have to see why you will have it. And this is very important for me.
This wine, Gregorio, the Montecucco Sangiovese, we were talking about it earlier, and I can drink this continuously without getting a headache. Now, with this wine, I know the level of sulfites in this wine is quite low. What level are they?
We have about, we're speaking about total sulfite, about between 30 and 35 milligrams per liter. You have to think that the maximum now with the new European law to be organic is 110 milligrams liters. So, and also the free sulfites, it's about 22, 25 milligrams per liter. That for me it's important because on one side it brings the wine to be more drinkable, as you told me. And that for me is very important. I like drinkable and elegant wines. So I'm trying to do this kind of wines. And on the other side, I saw that even if you go in the bottle with a very low quantity of sulfites, the wine can age along in the bottle. We drink in 2007, we are in 2013. I mean, they are.
This wine is amazing because for 2007, when I taste it, it tastes to me like I could be drinking a 2010, 2011 wine. It's aging beautifully. Gregorio, we're really delighted to work with you in Australia, and thank you for coming along today. And buon vino and salute.
Salute.